Okay, so tomorrow's quiz has 10 questions. It's going to cover 9.1 to 9.3. A good place to start studying is to do the quiz review that is posted on Canvas. Also, remember, in the assignment has the solution file. Another good place is to go back and review your warm-ups. Again, I placed an assignment with blank warm-ups all together, as well as the solution file. Remember, in 9.1, we learned the Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. Remember, the c is always the side across from the right angle. It doesn't matter if the 15 is a or the 36. So you would label the three sides and plug the numbers in to the formula. You're going to leave all answers exact. Also in 9.1, here is another example. You also need to know the formula for area of a triangle. So area 1/2 base times height. So once you found the height, then you could go back and calculate the area. And then just multiply this height times this base, and then multiply it by 1/2 or divide by 2. Here's another example, just finding an unknown side length. And again, you can use the Pythagorean theorem. If you recognize that this triangle over here is actually a Pythagorean triple, you would see that that side is 8. And then from there, you could do the Pythagorean theorem to find x. Here, you're going to also ask to classify if a triangle is right, acute, or obtuse. Remember, when a squared plus b squared equals c squared, the triangle is right. So you would plug the three numbers into a squared plus b squared and see, does it equal it? Is c squared larger? If c squared is larger, it's obtuse. If c squared is smaller, it's acute. But if c squared equals a squared plus b squared, then it would be right. Again, remember, it doesn't matter which numbers are a and b of the two smaller ones, but c must be the biggest number. And then the next slide has more examples. Again, plug them in and see if c squared is bigger, smaller, or equal. Then in 9.2, this is where we learned about the special right triangles. So remember, in the 45-45, these two sides would be the same. And so we're the two angles. So this would be a, and this is a square root 2. Two of the same angles, so that's the one that gets the root 2. Then when you have the 30, 60, 90, what you need to memorize is the side across from 30 is a, across from the 60 is a square root 3, and the hypotenuse is 2 times a. So be able to find missing side lengths of a special right triangle. This warm-up has plenty of examples. So here is another example. Again, here they want you to find B if it's a 45-45 in this one, or a 30-60-90 in this one. So here you're only finding the value of B. Here you're finding the value of D and E, so you would be using the 30-60-90. Here, again, finding C and D, and again, it's the 30-60-90. However, they gave us the hypotenuse. So again, use the rules that you memorize to find the side lengths. And again here, same thing, find the values of those variables using special right triangles. And then lastly, 9.3, you're going to need to write a similarity statement and also use the two proportions. The two proportions, the two geometric mean proportions we learned, geometric mean altitude. So this one would be segment 1 over altitude, altitude over segment 2. This one would have been hypotenuse over leg, leg over its SOHAL, segment of the hypotenuse adjacent to the leg. So again, quiz section 9.1 to 9.3. And again, all answers will be left exact, meaning in simplest radical form.